right, Leo. Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Hi, good morning, Remax Hairsoul. First of all, happy summer. It's already June. Can't believe it, or we made it. And things are starting to get a little more normal, which is great. We can go to restaurants. So that's cool. But what's really important update with First American Home Warranty is a lot of you sell properties with air conditioning. And we at First American Home Warranty have unlimited R22 Freon refrigerant, which is that old Freon that most of the units in your area have. But what happens is the physical inspector will sometimes scare the buyer and say things to the buyer like, well, you know, you have that old AC unit and it has that old Freon, which is no longer manufactured as of 2020. And they may scare the buyer into asking the seller for like a $10,000 credit in escrow, right, for AC. Well, guess what? Not necessary. We have unlimited amounts of that old R22 Freon refrigerant. So it actually will save the deal, because a lot of deals are falling apart where the seller's saying, I'm not going to give that guy a $10,000 credit. My AC is still working and it can cause problems. But we have the solution. We have that Freon, and we're here to rock and roll with you guys on that. So just want to let you know, or 110% hands on deck with that to save the deal. If you need more information, you'd like me to talk to your buyer, I can talk your buyer off the cliff and say, hey, we have it. You're safe with us. So just want to make sure you guys all know that about air conditioning. It's heating up out there.
Awesome. Thank you. I think I've got to mute somebody. Whose feet are those?
Oh.
Let me mute somebody here. Somebody is not muted.
And I had a question real quick. I just wanted to know that the $75 service fee, so it's no extra.
Give me one quick second, guys. Let me make sure we're muting everybody. Okay, I think we're good. Sorry about that, Roberta.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any questions for her?
Any questions on the Freon? I think I saw something from Kathy. She said, how much does it cost for the Freon? Doesn't cost anything. It's part of the $75 service fee trip charge. So it doesn't matter how many pounds we have to pump into that unit, it's still the $75. And for all of you that don't know, Freon's really expensive, but we pick up the tab. So great stuff.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Roberta.
My pleasure.
All right, John Schramm, since you had given me some information prior to everybody else coming on board, can you do me a favor and repeat all of that with regards to where you're at? Update.
I'm sorry, I just can't concentrate with John Roberts' feet staring me in the face. I just can't do it. So, guys, we're busy. The good thing is that, you know, lending is an essential business, right? We're essential employees. So I've been working from 6 a.m. till I don't know when. So it's 17, 20-hour days every day. But I'm happy to do so because interest rates are extremely low. I've been doing this for 17 plus years. I've never been able to legally and ethically offer somebody a 2.5% interest rate because there's not too many points. So the highest interest rate that we have right now on a 30-year fix at a 5, 10 and below loan amount is 2.95%. My pricing doesn't go any higher than that. So you got to imagine folks out there that, you know, that are having issues making their payments now, that just need to take advantage of this and get those interest rates reduced. So right now we're looking at a pipeline of about 35 loans for June. So thank you, everyone who's referred folks over to me. I greatly appreciate it. Purchase market is back as well. So it's not just about the refinances. We have our stated income loans back. We have our bank statement products back. We have our TIN products back for folks that are not U.S. citizens, but actually file tax returns. Those loans are back. So a lot of people out there think that it's still that very small square. We've got 52 investors that we can go to again.
Awesome. Awesome. Anybody have any questions for John?
Oh, come on.
Okay, running. All right, so let's go on.
I got a question. What are your interest rates on the stated?
What are the interest rates on the stated? I think it depends on FICO score. It's going to depend on loan to value. Rates anywhere in the 3s to 5s. I know that's a pretty broad range, but 740 and above, 3.875, up to up to a 50% loan to value though. So it's all going to be about the LTV.
Awesome.
Make sense? Okay. John, put your feet down, man.
So, so Wendy Miller's got a question, and it was on the your 30-year fixed 2.9. She was, I don't know if that's a question as to is that believable, or maybe what are some other guidelines with regards to that?
Well, you're questioning whether it's believable. So, hey, this is not a product just for myself. So I know Mark, you have UWM as well. So this is United Wholesale Mortgage. They kind of came out and set the market and said, hey, look, the big banks aren't doing this. They're not offering it. This is for broker only. So don't try to go to your Chase or your Wells Fargo or your B of A folks. It is for brokers only. So it's what we call borrower paid broker. But yes, so these are very cookie cutter 30-year fixed loans though. Okay, it's not cash out. It's rate and term. 510 and below is where you're going to hit that sweet spot, and a minimum of 700 FICO. So the blended or the most productive beneficial rate is about 2.875.
Okay.
And that's where you're not charging any points. You're giving a credit to a client. You're charging, but you're giving a credit back to the client. So Mark, I'm probably going into too much detail, right?
Yeah.
No, just exactly what he said.
Yeah. There you go.
Great.
So yeah, this is for brokers only. So I feel I'm very happy to be a broker. So.
All right, Mark, since you're online right now, do you have any updates for us?
You know what, John covered it pretty well, but yeah, we're seeing a lot of the banks open up again. A lot of them had pulled back a lot when this first hit. We saw them really work. I mean, they still look at the verification of employment, obviously, very hard to make sure that you're still working. So they're going to look at that a couple of times to make sure you're still full time and things like that. But other than that, we've seen them really open up again. The programs are coming back, like John said. All those bank statement programs had almost disappeared for a little bit, where they're all back, and things seems like it's back to normal business again.
So I got a question for either one of you too. And this was because another agent within the office had this situation come up where they had a client who's purchasing a property, owner occupied, in escrow. Both the properties, it's a duplex, so both units are occupied by tenants, and the buyer is wanting to close and have it be non-owner occupied on the close. So I know back when the recession first occurred, the banks guidelines and they were possibly doing spot checking. Is any of that taking place at all that you've heard of, or that's an issue at all?
Run that. Okay, so they were purchasing investment as owner occupied.
Well, it's a duplex, all right. You can live in one of the units, and their intention is to live in one of the units, but it's got in the property, so they're obviously planning on going beyond their 60-day, 30-day time period, depending on the bank that they're going through. And so, are anybody doing any spot checking on that after close of escrow, owner occupied?
So, Mark, you want me to, on the verification of employment, like Mark said, it's definitely more intense. I've had 5 verifications of employment for one client after we closed, prior to purchase of a loan, checking their employment again, right? So I think that's starting to settle down a little bit. Mark, I don't think I've seen any spot checks. Have you seen any spot checks?
I haven't really seen spot checks. Sometimes if they ask for the leases on the property and they see that it's going to extend out, though, you may want to be careful maybe providing the leases, because if they say, hey, the lease is good for another 180 days, you're supposed to occupy within a certain amount of time. I don't know if that would be an issue or not.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue that I brought up to them, was the one unit where they eventually intend to occupy. They're on a month-to-month, and they just secured for the other one. So, and they were talking about and this was the listing agent, which was, hey, we're thinking about, are the tenants asking to secure a 1-year lease because they don't want to be booted? Like, no, don't do that. You're going to cause an issue. with the buyer's financing, it's going to switch it over to a non-owner occupied financing term. So
Yeah. I would just say, to be safe, just document.
Yeah.
Make sure you're explaining up front. People are still working. It's not like we're pigeonholed and we can only stay, like I said, within that one box. You just got to be open, talk with the underwriter, explain the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. And was it FHA conventional? You don't mind me asking, what was it? It's a 2-unit. Were they buying it as an FHA loan or were they buying it as a conventional loan?
They were doing 20% down.
Okay.
I know, and the buyer got 2 different lenders involved on it, and one lender had a 30-day rent back.
30-day.
And then the other one was 60 days. So it was just a matter of which one they were going to go with.
So that sounds like COVID guidelines, right, Mark? So, I mean, literally, we have a whole section now. Yeah, we have a whole section now that's COVID that didn't exist before. So to see,
so are there any updates
30 days
about that?
Yeah, well, they should know because we get new guidelines every day. And now we're starting to see a lot of it go away again, which is great. So typically it's going to be 6 months, right? So 30 days is very unusual.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you, guys. All right. So Lena, I know I see you on there, no video, but do you have anything to add today?
Yes, here I am. Hi, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? And it's so good to see you guys.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone for reaching out with their questions and when they need me for an NHD report. Thank you. I'm here for you. I'm happy to help you. I have a quick question for all you agents. Who do you think is responsible to order the NHD report? I know a lot of you have your TC or your escrow order it, or you have me order it. But yeah, okay, Wendy, wonderful, the agent, that's correct. But also, so you don't have to wait till you're in escrow. Go ahead, yes, exactly, Nobu. Go ahead and order it at the time of listing, because that way you know if there's an issue right ahead of time, even before you go on that listing appointment. So you can do, a little extra homework before you go on that listing appointment. So just so you know, with our don't close, don't pay policy, you can go ahead and create an account and order away. Okay. And you can just, text me or email me or call me with a property address and a seller's last name, and I can get that report to you right away. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
You got it.
Any questions for Lena, guys? You want to text it in? All right. Thank you. Valerie, I know you're on here. What have you got for us, if anything?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good to be here. Good to see you all. Wendy. I just wanted to remind you that Old Republic offers rekey service for your home buyers. And, you just place a service call and we'll dispatch a locksmith to rekey up to 6 keyholes with 4 identical keys. And it's only for the trade call service of $75. And also to piggyback with what Roberta said is that R22 is very expensive, and it's going up to at least $125 per pound. Just to let you know that we too have that unlimited and unlimited Freon. So, and that's totally being phased out in 2030. So just to let you know, we're here for you and I'm here for you. And if you need a trade call fee coupon, let me know and I'll help you out. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Valerie. Did I get everybody as far as all of our vendors? Yeah. All right. So let's go on. How about new listings, guys? Raise your hand so I can acknowledge you. And then anybody got any new listings that they want to announce? Or want to picture listings that you currently have that you're trying to sell? Or how about any buyer wants or needs?
Hey, Leo, Mike Rains here.
Hey.
Hey there. I have a listing. The ones local have all been in escrow, so I'm very happy about that. Thank you. But I do have a listing that just launched about 10 days ago in Rancho Mission Viejo. It's just south of here, right off of Ortega Highway at Ortega and Antonio. It's a newer community. That whole area is brand new. And so this one's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's on one level, but it's on the second level of the property. There's 2 car garages, each single, and that's priced at $539 flexible. And I think they were built in 2014. And it's a really cute place. It's online. It's on the MLS. Easy to show. It's vacant and it's staged. So it's fantastic. If you have any buyers down south, that's a really good one. So hopefully you guys can bring me a buyer. I have something coming as well. I have one in Orange. That's a 2-bedroom townhome, and it's actually got a 3-car garage because there's a tandem in one side and then the 3rd car next to it. So it looks like a 2-car garage, but it's really 3. So, and that's a nice one as well. That's going to be priced in the $575 range or so. It's in a gated community right off Prospect. And so that's a nice one as well. So appreciate that.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Anybody have any questions for Mike on that? Hi, Wendy.
Hi, I jumped in too fast. Okay. I actually have looking in East Side Costa Mesa, and they're able to go up to $790, and they don't even mind if it's a fixer, or really even how big or small it is. They do have 2 small kids, but to get into home ownership, they're willing to sacrifice certain things for the time being. So having said that, $790, just anything in East Side Costa Mesa that's single family. It could be 2-story or 1. It doesn't really matter. So, all right.
What was that price point again?
I'm sorry?
What was the price point?
Oh, $790?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Wendy. Anybody else?
I got something if you can hear me.
Yeah.
My HUD listing in Cypress is going to be coming back on the market. It is MLS number OC200-81165, 4025 Selkirk Court. This is a HUD property. It's a fixer. Most properties of this size and this bedroom count are going for about $950 to $1 million. It's listed at $825. The lowest we've accepted so far has been $810, but we've had 2 flaky buyers. The agents don't know what they're doing, so we're running into a lot of issues with this property because of the lack of agent awareness on HUD properties in this area. But the property is a fixer-upper. It's a great deal. I believe between us that HUD would take as low as $795 at this time. If anybody's looking or has an investor out there that wants to put in some money, it does need a new roof and cosmetics, but it's a good listing for you to consider, at least take a look at.
Kitchens in place and bathrooms, flooring.
Yeah, what it really needs is it needs roofing, and then everything else is cosmetic. It's been vacant for about a year. It used to be a reverse mortgage, so it just has a lot of deferred maintenance, little small stuff, but it's good to go.
Okay. And what was that address again? I only got the street number.
No problem. It's 4025 Selkirk Court, SELKIRK, Cypress. And the listing ID once again is OC200-81165. And if anybody needs help with these, even if I'm not involved in the transactions, any HUD transaction, just let me know and I'll be more than happy to assist you.
Awesome. And we will work on having, once everything gets opened up again, we'll have another HUD class if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
Because I know some people missed it the last time. So but we'll wait.
I got a lender who wants to do an online course as well. So I'm sure that'll be coming up pretty soon as well.
Okay. Awesome. Thank
Thanks,
you. Anything else? John. Mr. Strom, you had something?
Just a question for you on that property. Have you done any 203K advertising or anything like that for it?
It is 203K eligible.
Okay, good.
Most HUD properties that I have are 203K eligible. And
okay.
Obviously, I'm not a lender, but I'm well versed in the realtor aspect on it. So
very good.
It does qualify, yeah.
And I'm sorry, it's in what county?
It's in Orange County in Cypress.
Okay, I may have a buyer for you.
Oh, that'd be great. Let's roll.
Yeah, all right.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys. Anybody else? All right. So if nobody else has anything, so we'll kind of go into what I wanted to.
Hey, Leo, I got something.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know how to raise my hand on this screen here, except. I got a buyer for downtown Huntington. It could be one of the smaller, older places. They'd like to have, there's condos down there under $1 million. It could be a fixer. They want to be close to Main Street because the gentleman, he doesn't walk well, so he wants to be within his walking distance. So, 6th Street over to like Alabama, something like that. Only a couple blocks deep. So if there's any of those old little bungalows that anybody knows of or has coming up, just let me know.
And what was the price point again on that?
They're under $1 million.
Under $1 million, okay.
Under $1 million. Yeah, so it's doable down there. It's just, it's the right one. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has to be one of the 25-foot lots, or one of those small lots. But yeah, they're up for it. They're ready to buy.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Anybody else? All right. So I wanted to.
Leo?
Yeah.
Leo. Okay, it's Miley.
Hi, Lee.
I have a listing in Lake Forest by Foothill. It's on hold right now, but it should be on the market in the next few days.
Okay.
It's townhome, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,600 square feet, listed at $665. Really reasonable HOA, no mellow rules. Be nice to have it in escrow quickly as I can with someone here. I also have another listing in Westminster, the Vietnamese area. There's a single home, those smaller lot home. It's 1996, I think it was built 1994. Listed at $690, but owner is very motivated. So if you have someone in that area, call me and we'll work it out.
And what's the cross streets on that one?
Oh, the price for that listed at $699, but like I say, owner is very motivated.
And what cross streets? The
cross street would be Newland and Hazard.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thanks.
What do you have? Anybody else? Any other listing? Buyer wants, needs? All right. So thank you guys, by the way, for pitching all your listings. I know everybody's got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of listings that are going, multiple at a time, and offers that are accepted. So one of the things that we're trying to focus on for the agents within the office is helping you guys streamline your processes, as well as us streamlining our processes here at the office. And Mika had brought up a fabulous idea, which was, hey, can we have a one place that we can go to online and input all of the listing information, buyer information on an accepted offer to open up escrow with Catalyst Escrow? So I thought, what the hell? That's a fabulous idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that myself. And so I got working on that immediately, like Monday of last week, and actually the week before that. And so we're right at the stage of wrapping that up. It's going to be done before the end of this week. And so what it is, it's going to be where you go into the website, and instead of you guys calling up to Julie or Eloisa and saying, hey guys, got a new escrow, the buyer's Tom Jones, the seller is this, the commission's this, you're going to log into the website. You're going to have a platform where you can interact with escrow on the back end. And let me, give me one quick second here. Let me see if I can mute. Miley, can you mute your, oh, you are muted. Okay. So we have this platform, and you're going to be able to, it's going to have specific questions that you're going to answer. They're all going to be required, because one of the issues that we continuously have a problem with in escrow is where we're getting bits of information. Like Mika is very good as far as sending over a sheet that she fills out with all this detailed information. And I'm sure there are others within the office that are doing the same thing, but in order for this to be a company-wide issue, we're making it to where we streamline it. You log in, You input all the information. We know who the commission structure is. We know who the sellers are. We know who the buyers are. We have their contact information, their email addresses, whether you want to email their docs or escrow instructions to them, mail it to them, or any other instructions that you want. But we're trying to streamline the process and make sure that nothing is slipping through the cracks. And then obviously escrow is going to strictly go off of what you input in that platform, okay? And you're going to be able to upload all your documents to that. You're going to identify whether you've got counters, addendums, those kinds of things. It's going to be pretty simple, but it's also going to be very thorough to where the girls are not having to harass you afterwards to say, hey, what's their email address and all that stuff. So beyond that, so that's just one component. There's so many things that we're currently working on, and I'm trying to help you guys become so much more effective in what you're doing and focusing on all the right activities. And part of that is this other program that I've purchased for our agents, and it cost me thousands of dollars to do this for you guys. And it's a complete, comprehensive A to Z platform and instructions on you guys creating your business. So if you guys obviously know this, you guys are all independent contractors within the office. You guys are a business within TerraSol, and you guys should operate accordingly. And there's a lot of you guys that are very well structured, very disciplined, have your systems, have your processes, which is why you guys are highly successful. But then we have others that are not so much and might need that guidance in that direction. So if I could put something in front of you, simple to use, simple to follow, instructional material, not just the videos on specific things, but also all the paperwork that's required, the systems and those processes. Would you guys be interested in something like that? And by the way, this is free. This isn't like, but wait, there's more and it's gonna cost you $500 a month. So this is something that I've purchased for you guys. And I'm going to be rolling it out to you guys. I've been working on this for the last couple of weeks immensely. And this is, again, just even besides this one particular item, there are so many other things that we're going to work on to help you guys. But would you guys be interested in those things? I would think so. So let me share a little bit with you guys and see. Give me one quick second here. Oh, it's not letting me share. Oh, wait. Here we go. Let me see if this works for some reason. I did an update on my on this laptop here, and so it's okay. Can you guys see my screen? Oops.
I cannot see your screen.
You cannot see it. Hold on.
No, neither can I, but I'm on my phone, Leo, so it's probably me.
Give me 1 second here. I guess I should have practiced this beforehand. Damn updates.
Mr. John Sidrick, looking good, bud.
Okay, hold on.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm going to go back to mute.
Same.
Okay.
Good to see you, man.
Can you guys see my screen?
Not yet. I see your mug.
You see my mug?
Yeah.
Okay, give me
I see your awards. How's that?
Oh, there you go. Wow, I don't know why this is not, the sharing is not working right now. Let me see here.
Hey, Leo, are we going to have access to that for refinances for escrow also?
Actually, yeah.
100%. All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, I think I might. Hold on. Oh, shoot. It's having me quit for some reason. We don't want to do that. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to do it or share it with you. But I'm going to be emailing you guys, but just to kind of give you an idea, this is horrible. So let me tell you what it's got here. So you're going to have a platform, Okay, and the platform is literally you're just logging in there. And what I would highly recommend is that no matter at what level you guys are at, there are going to be specific things that you're going to be able to skip because you might already have those things in place. As an example, every agent should have an entity formed. Okay, this is a very basic understanding. I mean, I was an agent, I got licensed in '98. And in 2001 is when I started my corporation. Okay, so I know we have a lot of agents here that are haven't formed an entity, but anyways, that's just one component of what this instructional platform. So if you follow everything, it's a very systematic tool that you guys should use. And it's essentially, it's starting your business as if from day one and some of the things that you need to be reminded of. And if you all remember, I just recently sent out an email to you about having a professional email address. Okay, so I didn't think, I mean, there's so many things that are involved that I did not even think I needed to educate my agents on. And I realized as simple as these things are, there are people within any company that just don't have even the basics implemented in their business. So this instructional platform that we're going to give you guys and give you access to is just that. You can come in, plug in whenever you want to, accomplish things. It's got tasks that you're going to be asked to do, and all you got to do is just follow the instructions. And we all know you're not going to get a master's degree by going to one class and all of a sudden you got the master's degree. It's a series of steps that lead you up to that get you to that level, to where at the end of all that, you've now got and have accumulated some great tools and knowledge and education that's going to allow you to be able to advance further in your life. And if you know of any successful realtors that are out there, or even companies, there are systems and there are processes that that they follow on a regular daily basis that lead to that end result. So this particular platform is something that I highly recommend that each and every one of you take advantage of. Follow it to a T. It's got instructions on everything. I mean, and just to kind of give you more of an idea, we're talking about your business plan, your goal setting, your budget, your profitability blueprint, your business budget, how to pay yourself within the corporation, things to consider when you're forming your entity, talking about what kind of life is it that you want to live and the steps that you need to get there, utilizing Asana, transaction platforms, transaction checklists, file organization, utilizing Dropbox, even simple things as how to name your files to where you're far more organized than having your desktop full with 100 different things and getting organized. Marketing, obviously, we all need that, right? And how to do that, discussing your photos, your bios. I mean, it's very basic, which is funny that you even got to talk about these things. But the reality is that you do need these instructions. And even for our realtors who are far more advanced, it's also leveraging yourself. And leveraging yourself is utilizing other people to help you accomplish goals and keep you focused on those specific activities that you should be focused on. So I'm going to get this out to you. You'll receive it before the end of the week and have access to it and get everything implemented. Obviously a lot of you guys know I still sell to my past clients. And so I'm going through this myself. I'm 22% into the program myself. And I am literally just following it A to Z. If there's one thing that I've learned is that when you find a system that works and you just follow the guidelines, the end results are exactly what you've expected based off of the material that you've read. And I don't know if you guys know my story. When I was 25 years old, I had purchased an infomercial for $69. And that infomercial that I spent $69 for, I figured, well, I'll spend the $69. If it's a scam, I'm going to, I've only lost $69. It's not a bad investment. Your guys' investment's free. You guys just got to follow the platform. That $69 led to my first property acquisition, where I was able to get that property literally for $1,000. Okay. And the property was worth $200,000 at the time. Now I had offered the person that was purchasing the property $5,000 for it, but I didn't even have the $5,000 I offered. Now, had I not bought that course material and read it to a T and applied everything that I read and utilized the tools that I learned in there, not just how to negotiate, how to discover the deals, but also to negotiate the deals, I would have never gotten to where I am as far as my processes. So this information is just like that. Just follow it, just apply it, and you will get the results. For the individuals who think, oh, I'm just going to skip it and move on, and I don't need these things, and I don't need these processes, and I don't need to have or think about these things. Trust me when I tell you, follow it to a T. This system, just so you know, let me give you a little bit more heads up too. So the guy who developed this program is a friend of mine. He's another RE/MAX owner in the state of Washington. He's got 10 offices, 350 agents. Their agents and his organization did $2.5 billion in production in 2019. That is a massive number. And get this, he is not even living in Washington to run his organization. He's running his organization from frickin' San Diego. So if I tell you that his agents are implementing the system that he's created and following it to a T and applying it, and they're getting results off of that, this is a platform that's not just, Leo Betancourt going to jump in on this bandwagon. Corporate has gotten behind his systems and his processes to say, hey, this is an awesome tool. This is actually far better than all the other things that we do. Because, as owners, we all get together, share, collaborate, and learn from each other and what we're doing and implementing it in our offices. And so he's got this program and it has developed, and he has spent $2 to $3 million in developing it. And when I got into it, and I was just freaking amazed to what extent that and what he created. And it's not just for agent sales, right? So me as a company, I've got another portion for my company and things that I'm learning even myself to apply and bring forward to you guys and make you guys highly more effective in what you're doing. This is just one component of it. I have my portion as an organization as far as what we're doing. So I'm tightening up everything. We're switching everything around. That's why I recreated our brand logos. That's why I sent out the email, even for the simplest thing as your email signatures. So there's so many other things that we're going to be rolling out to you guys. And so I'm super excited. I can't wait for you guys to jump in there and start applying all these tools and seeing your results. And trust me when I tell you, follow it to a T and just go through the processes. By the way, I'm going to be able to monitor how far along each and every one of you are going to be in your process. And so when you guys come to meet with me and we talk about something specific that's on there, I can assist you and help you get focused and more hyper-focused and on what you're doing. So, so that was it. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys. So anyways, I think I might have talked too much. Did you guys have any questions at all? I guess it's great when you just mute everybody, you don't get anything said.
It's Mike Rains. So my question is, you obviously know that, several of us run the Brian Buffini system and we follow that and stuff. How does that dovetail, or is it, hey, just stay with that one and not the one you're speaking of, or does it kind of work together?
Okay, so Buffini's a specific, hey, operate with the sphere of influence, right? And so you guys still have your things. So this is just tightening up your organization. Mike Rains is an organization within the company here, and there are certain things that you could be doing to make yourself far more efficient. So this is just one of those tools, and this is just going to be an enhancement of what you're currently doing already. It's not going to be a replacement. You've got your things that are very systematized and structured, and that's 100% okay. You're one of those guys that I know have already got your stuff together and got everything dialed in. Your email address is mike@mikerains.com. It's not mike@gmail.com. Okay. So the simplest things, but even to the biggest things, right? To your marketing, to your bio, to the way that you're presenting yourself, to dealing with sellers, to dealing with buyers, your listing presentation. It runs the gamut. This is how to utilize Dropbox to make yourself more efficient, file organization, PDF. I mean, so many different components that are involved. I mean, this is literally the A to Z on running your business. And once you get those things to where you're so efficient and working within that platform, you're going to be amazed, truly amazed. And all I ask is that when you go through these processes and through this platform and you realize, wow, I didn't have this thing organized like this, or I didn't even have this thing implemented. I need to get that implemented. I mean, because I'm going through it as an owner and even as an agent. There are certain things that I didn't do. And I'm like, shit, I better jump in there, fix my stuff up, and get myself to be far more efficient. Because, you know, a lot of realtors throw stuff out there to the wind. They've got no structure. Like I said, you got 100 apps on your desktop. You know, if you go to your office and your desk is like that too, and your organization, I mean, this is just from A to Z, getting stuff buttoned up so that when you are dealing with the consumer, buyers and sellers, and you're focusing on the right activities, not the wrong activities, you'll just become far more efficient in what you're doing, right? There's no way you can get into doing 50 transactions a year without some organization, right? And some structure. And so this is giving you that. And we have agents that haven't formed their entity, you know, and it's something as basic as that. My current corporation right now that I'm using, guys, for RE/MAX TerraSol is the same one I started back in 2001 when I was an agent at the RE/MAX office. Okay, so you got to have your things in place and your structures, and so this is just going to give you a guidance so that you guys just strictly follow that and apply it, and you will be amazed at your results. Okay, so any other questions on it? Everybody's so silent. I love it. Wish I had that for my kids, my two boys, when I say mute, stop talking. All right, so if nobody else has any questions, I appreciate every single thing that you guys do and all your time and all your energy that you guys do in promoting yourselves and conducting your business. So you guys are awesome. Love you all. Can't wait till we get back together again in a open format. Oh, by the way, I also want to give you this other update. I had contacted Carr with regards to open houses, because I know that's one of the components that a lot of you guys use to get more business and whatnot. And so they're still saying no open houses. I know I have some that have been doing open houses. And if you're going to do that, then just know that make sure you've got your client, you know, people coming in have face masks, ask that they don't touch doorknobs and countertops and all that stuff. But when you're done with your open house or when they leave, wipe things down. Okay, so have some disinfectant wipes for yourself and for the home, and make sure you guys do a thorough wipe down, door handles, countertops in the bathroom, countertops in the kitchen, you know, the edges right there where people predominantly place their hands and whatnot, and so that we do our part. And do not do anything like that, or do not do any showings. If you guys have listings, make sure you guys are posting that notice that I sent out to everybody that was straight from Carr. Post that on your properties in a conspicuous place near the entrance so that people are being properly notified, okay? Because we want to minimize our risk and liability should anything happen, that we've notified the consumer or anybody coming into the property. Okay, guys? Any question? All right.
Leo,
Yeah.
It's Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
At an open house, do we have to have the participants, the people who come in, do they have to sign that COVID-19 notice?
100%. Absolutely. Good question. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot to mention that. But yes, anybody coming into the property, even vendors. Okay. If you guys are the ones bringing in the vendors and you're meeting them there to give them access to the property, anybody coming into the property signs that. And each time they come in to sign it. So for example, you're showing it Saturday to a family. They love the house, right? You show them the property, you have them sign the form. They come back the following week. They're entering again. You have them sign the form. Okay, so each time somebody comes in there, it's a new form that new day, okay? So it's properly giving notification because, you know, obviously something could have happened within a week, right? So we just got to make sure we're properly notifying the visitor coming into the property, okay? Thank you, Brandon, for bringing that up. I appreciate it. Anybody else? Any other questions? All right, guys. Happy selling. Have a great week, and thank you for your time. I sincerely appreciate it. Okay.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Leo. Have a good one.
Leo.